do you think the defense accomplished this spring?
I think we just accomplished just getting better, honestly, just focus on every day, just little things in terms of situations, learning the situations, red zone, third down, those type of things. I definitely think we improved a lot, just overall.
Do you see a difference from whenever that first day was in March to today?
Yeah, definitely. Just obviously this is the last practice, so just being able to see the maturity. Obviously, we have a lot of young guys now. Seeing the maturity and seeing them handle different situations better than how they handled it the first day.
How does some of those young guys like having Colin or Trey Moore, how does that help you in the
Yeah, it helps a lot. Obviously, you bring competition in practice because that's ultimately what leads to the results on game day. So just being able to compete with those guys, bringing in more people that can produce and just help us out. I mean, it takes the load off a lot.
What's life like without Devondre and Byron there? How has play adjusted for you and for the entire defense?
Yeah, definitely miss my guys, man. But it's been good still. I mean, they set a new standard. We set a new standard together last year. So that's the standard we're playing to, and that's the standard I'm going to hold everybody to on the defensive line. So.
What do Vernon and Alfred, since they seem like the top two guys, what do they do a little bit differently than maybe what Devondre and Byron could do?
They were coached by the same guy, and so I mean they honestly do kind of the same things, and we expect them to do the same things. And I mean, there you go right there. But yeah, there's not much he can't do.
Baron, what's been the most impressive thing about Colin?
Just coming in as a young guy, being able to produce. He also listens very well as well, and I think he's going to be a very good player for us.
Do you remember being a freshman, true freshman, like trying to absorb everything and just trying to learn college football?
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a process. You just got to learn that it's different, and then once you really notice that, and you just take in, especially from older guys, we got a great coaching staff. Colin has a good ear, and he's good at listening, so I think he'll be very fun.
Baron, kind of piggybacking off Josh's question, going back to your first spring, what was the biggest challenge for you, your first spring?
I'd say just learning well, at that point we was already we played after the season, so at that point it was just trying to step up. Obviously guys left, so it was kind of my time at that time, so I was kind of moving up in the ranks in terms of the depth chart, so just kind of stepping up into that role. I mean, obviously when you're at a second string, third string, you're not getting as much reps and stuff like that. So just honestly, I say the rep count was kind of the biggest thing, just getting used to that.
How's
Do the
Trey
younger
Moore's
guys-
approach? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, do the younger guys you have in now, do they seem kind of more equipped to handle what you just talked about?
Yeah, definitely. Those guys coming in early definitely helps them out a lot. Obviously, they're just coming from high school, but Colin and Zena, they both been learning a lot, and I'm excited to see what they do.
What's Trey Moore's approach like? Because he wasn't a big recruit out of high school. He kind of made his name at UTSA. How's his approach to practice and kind of doing?
He's a hard worker. Me and him kind of relate that way. Both of us wasn't big recruits, so I just kind of feel for him. He feels for me. We just know how to get after it and work because we know that's what matters at the end of the day.
We've heard your name a few times in terms of leadership on the defensive side of the ball. What kind of role are you taking on this spring in terms of being a vocal guy there?
Just being the leader overall. Obviously, you got to be vocal as well, but I mean, it all starts with leading by example. And I mean, I'm confident in the way I do things, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people in this program are confident in that as well. So, it starts with leading by example, then also being vocal as well, being able to push the guys when we need to.
Kenny Baker was hired as more of an interior D-line coach, but he's also coaching the edges a little bit in pass rush. What are your thoughts on Kenny Baker? Anything he's got that helped you with so far?
Yeah, he's a very good coach. He's very into development. I'm excited. We already been working together, but I'm excited for the future with us, definitely.
With Jalen gone and Byron and Devondre, who's kind of stepped up as that leadership role on defense?
I mean, I kind of see myself in that aspect. Just being the guy that was there last year and played with those guys, and obviously, going into my senior year, I had to play a lot here, so it just kind of naturally happened. And I just learned a lot of good things from those guys, especially that team last year, and just taking those things and moving forward.
How do you do it? Just being more vocal, or kind of what are some of the things you do to show that leadership?
Right, just being more vocal and just being able to push guys when we need to, being that guy that needs to say what needs to be said, when it needs to be said.
Baron,
Last one for Baron.
how's Colton Boston come along?
Coach has been pretty good. Excited to get him back, man. I definitely expect big things from him coming soon, man. I'm very excited for him, man.
Still baby Bosa?
Yeah, definitely. I think he's going to be very good, especially with his physique.
Weather permitting, having the spring game here. What's the spring game experience like for you? It's just how excited are you?
It's a great experience, man. I mean, obviously, we've been working just ourselves and been having recruits and stuff at practice, but it's different when Longhorn Nation get to come out. I mean, it's unreal just being able to sit there and have those moments with them, especially for the young guys coming in who haven't had that game-like environment yet, so they get a little preview into that. But I'm excited, definitely.
Thanks, Baron.
What's it like senior year? Can you feel a difference?
Yeah, it's just more in tune with just football and just being present and everything, because it's my last time here, so trying to make the most of it.
What's life like without Tavondre and Byron? And how's your game maybe different than theirs?
We're gonna miss them a lot, but it's part of growing up. I say, it's allowing me and a couple other guys to just step up. What was the other question?
How was your game maybe a little bit different?
Our game is different, I guess, because I'm a little longer and big, but, I mean, we still, I don't know, really, I don't know.
What do you think is, for you, what's the biggest difference in you as a player now as when you first came out of Cedar Creek? More mentally.
I say I'm just more focused on the minute details. Having Coach Baker here, he really enforces that, and he doesn't let any of the little details like slip. Like if you take one wrong step, he's like, go again. So I feel that's like the biggest change from freshman year, just getting stronger.
Yeah. AC, I talked at the Sugar Bowl. You talked about your relationship with Bo Davis. Said you give him the shirt off your back. How's the relationship been with Kenny Baker?
Man, I love him too, man. Like he really wants the best for everybody in the room. He believes in winning a championship, and the way he's going about it, I feel like he's gonna help us get that.
And one quick follow-up: you mentioned you want to work on your pass rush. How's kind of the pass rush developing?
It's been great. I've been taking steps every day.
What excites you the most, just to have this new opportunity to step up and show your skill?
It's been a long time coming, and I'm ready. So y'all gonna see. Sure.
Going on that long time coming comment, what have this last couple of years been like for you? I mean, we saw you in the Alamo Bowl, we saw the interception. Next couple of years, maybe not the playing time we expected. What was it like for you, just kind of having to sit in the shadows and kind of work your way up to this opportunity?
I think everything happens for a reason, and the people that were above me, I really looked up to them. The way they went about things, the way they worked, and now it's my turn, and I'm excited. So.
Ultimately, this is your 5th year? It's rare for players to stay at school for 5 years now. Ultimately, what was the reason you stayed in Texas for all 5 years?
It's Texas, man, the best school in the nation. And then I stayed because I wanted to finish my degree. My mom graduated from here. She always tells me finish what you start, so it's like I didn't want to leave and then have to come back. Once I'm done school,
Did your mom, did she kind of emphasize the getting the degree part?
Oh, most definitely, yeah. My mom, dad, auntie, everybody just really, because football is not going to last forever, but the degree, especially from here, can take me a long way, so yeah.
So no grad studies for you in the future?
Nah. nah.
Can you talk about your relationship with Vernon and how you all are, playing next to each other, and then, I'll ask you about a couple other guys.
I say me and Vern, I say we have chemistry. We've been together since freshman year, and now it's our time. And when we're on the field together, we just yin and yang, So yeah.
What about like Jure Bledsoe? What are you seeing from some of the guys you need to step up?
Everybody's been taking steps in the right direction. Like I said, Coach Baker enforces excellence, and everybody's pretty locked in with with his expectations and Sark's expectations. So I think we're on the right track for sure.
What do you think the defense has accomplished this spring?
Just not settling, just focusing on like the little things, just like running the ball, technique, stuff like that. So I feel like we've all done good at that, done good with that this spring.
What does Trey Moore and Colin Simmons bring?
Hey, they're gonna be good for sure. Like I said, everybody's taking steps. Everybody, not the same person, myself included, from the first day of spring. Because we made tweaks, but they're for sure gonna help us win some games.
Alex January is a guy whose name was mentioned by Sark. Just talk about him a little bit.
Hey, he gonna be good for sure. Mark my word. Still young, but he's showing he could be special for sure. So.
Who's somebody on the offensive line that you go against that maybe people aren't talking about enough?
DJ Campbell, Hayden Connor, Shoot, Jake Majors.
Who's the toughest of that bunch?
Most definitely KB. Yeah, they're all tough. Like, you got to come with it every play with them because they, iron sharpens iron. But KB for sure. Yeah.
What is it about him that makes him tough?
He's just good. He's just technically sound and big, strong, smart. So yeah, you gotta come with it.
And you're going to go through another orange-white game. What excites you the most about this one particularly?
This is the last one. I'm gonna soak it all in, and I got to compete with my brothers, showcase what we've been working on. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
What are we going to see from you this year that maybe we haven't seen in your career so far?
Y'all gonna see consistency and some playmaking for sure. Yeah.
What did you learn from some of those guys before you, the Devondres, Byron, Keandre?
Just how to just be resilient, man, and believe what you believe, and what else have they taught me? Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, I guess.
Thanks, Alfred.
Appreciate y'all, man.
First, do you prefer Malik or Manny?
Either or. My nickname is Manny, so it's been calling me that since high school. So I guess I just been going along with that. But either or, it don't matter.
Did you fast during your run?
Yes, I ended up fasting. Yeah.
So how, doing this, playing football, and balancing that, how difficult was it? And what were some of the things you had to do, I guess, before sunset and after sundown to get all the fluids, foods, anything you needed?
Basically just getting all the nutrients that I needed before sunrise. Brad and the nutritionist, they were helping me. And then just being mentally strong. I mean, God gave us this for a reason, gave me this month for a reason. So just being mentally strong and pushing through it.
Did you read, or were there any Muslim athletes that you kind of read about how they handled Ramadan in the past that kind of stood out?
Yes, I remember Hakeem Olajuwon being one of them, Kyrie Irving. And then I got some that play other sports here at Texas that also does it while doing their sport too. I mean, we really be on the same journey, so we just talk about it. I just asked him, what's the toughest part of the day for you? And I just tell him what the toughest part of the day for me, and he just tell me how he get through it.
What was the toughest part?
The toughest part of the day, track, they run at 2:30 in the daytime. So that's the toughest part for them. My cousin, she plays basketball. She'll say the running during practice is the toughest part for her. And then, me, we run all day, and practice is super fast, so that's the toughest part for me. So.
Andy, what did you learn last year in your experience? I mean, you're looked at as a leader now, and you're seen as one of the top performers in the spring. What did you learn in your freshman season, and what do you see as your role this year?
I was grabbing gems and nuggets from the older guys, the vets from last year. They basically paved the way for me. They showed me how to lead and how to go about my business.
Manny, was there ever a moment last year where things just slowed down for you and things kind of clicked and came together?
I don't want to be cocky or anything, but the spring really helped me. Coming in as an early enroller, it helped me a lot. And then the guys, they pulled me in. They seen I was locked in. I was able to do the things that they were able to do, and they just pulled me along.
Which of these new receivers is kind of biggest handful for you?
Man, all of them are on scholarship, so anyone I go against, it's going to be tough because they work hard and I work hard. It's always a battle, always a challenge.
What about that freshman, Wingo? You played a lot as a freshman. What kind of advice do you give him about playing as a freshman?
I just tell him to be mentally strong every day, be physically strong every day, and just come in ready to work every day.
Is he ready to make an impact immediately?
Oh, definitely, of course. Wingo, he's a big guy. Long, can run, has a great catching range, and he's a smooth route runner also.
Can you talk about the differences between playing field and boundary?
Boundary, it's more of quick throws, quick area quickness. To the field, you can play a little slower, but you have more space and more time to be able to react on the ball and react on routes.
You talked a little bit about your cousin. How close are you and Amina? What do you think of her successes?
Say it one time.
How close are you and your cousin? What do you think of Amina's successes this year?
We're actually very close. We have a strong, tight family. Her success is big time, and I feel like us being at the same university, playing at this high level, I think is really achieving.
You seem super confident. Where does that come from, being at your age and still being able to produce on the field, but then also becoming that vocal leader this young in your career?
I think it's I think it started with first. I mean, I don't want to say I've been playing for a long time, but I've been playing a position since I was like in 6th grade, and I had very great high school coaches, and then we got the bloodline of corners in my family, but I always want to put God first because without him, I can't achieve none of this. And then like just knowing the game, learning the game, and then that's really it.
What are you seeing from Warren Roberson?
Very athletic player, real explosive, physical, great at the point of attack. That's it.
Mason, with some of the new guys in the secondary, especially in the back end, how's the communication coming along in the secondary?
Guys are coming along. That's what this spring is for, to reel the new guys in and help them and be able to come together and play as a team.
Defensively, did you think you guys accomplished what you wanted to accomplish this spring?
Definitely, for sure. Better tackling, better eyes in the back end, better angles. Yeah, that's it.
Where do you feel like you've grown the most this spring?
I like to work on everything in my game, as far as my area quickness, stand up field on the top shoulder, tackling, my angles, knowing when and knowing where my help is, when I can break on certain routes, when I can play high sometimes.
Can you talk about your relationship with Jonte and kind of the back and forth you'll have going back from high school to, going against each other every day in practice?
I mean, during practice, we'll be talking to each other like, what did I do wrong right here? Like, if he'll beat me, he'll be like, you should have did this better. Or if I win on a rep, I'll be like, you should have did this better. That's how you could have got me right here. And then after practice, we'll do the same thing and then just laugh about it. And then we'll watch tape together, like when we go in the cold tubs and the hot tubs.
How's Makuba?
Two last ones?
Like communication-wise, what's Makuba like in the secondary?
Makuba has came along really well. I think he's going to be a big player for us in a back end. He communicates well, and then sometimes when he's such a vet, sometimes when someone does something wrong, he'll make them right.
Okay. Even as like a new face in the program, he can do that.
Yes, sir.
And what kind of excites you the most with this secondary, having another year underneath this system? Of course, D. Will back there, Taft back there, Makuba now, and then you got Brooks on the other side of you. So, like, what excites you the most about this secondary?
The depth, us being young but old at the same time. We got physical, like, guys that can fly around, make plays on the ball, all that, yeah.
What about Gavin Holmes? What have you seen from Gavin Holmes?
Gavin Holmes, really good player. He has gotten way more physical this year. He has great route recognition, and he's just a vet added to our group. So.
Thanks, Malik.